Welcome to Woman Therapy. We're going to do a collective love message today. This is for anybody that is in separation. When I first pulled out my deck, this is the Love Messages Oracle deck. When I first pulled out the deck, the card flipped over was waiting. And it is a card of someone who is waiting to experience you in a passionate way. They have a message for you. They're waiting for you to return. They're waiting on the right time for you to return. Spirit, what other messages do you have? Oh, okay. All right, so we got our love is real and communication. It's safe for you to love me and I need to talk to you and feel you close. So this is someone that is missing you tremendously. You may not know exactly how this person feels, because if they're saying they need to talk to you, then that means they need to communicate something maybe that they haven't communicated to you in the past. With our love is real here, it's giving the energy of wanting you to have faith that you loving this person is okay. Oh shoot, this could be a divine connection. This person they have a message for you. They may have not communicated in the past how much they love you. Yeah, with the love card coming out, they want to convince you that it's safe for you to love them. They may have hurt you in the past. You guys may be in separation. You may have been in separation for a long time. This person may know that while you guys were in separation, you may not have thought they loved you or felt their love or even been with someone else, but they're looking for the opportunity to get back together with you. We have need you coming out, and on the bottom of the deck, learning. Okay, so this person in this separation had to learn some things about love and communication and how much they need you. They may have played the victim. They may have played games. They clearly didn't recognize your worth when they had you. And then we have pride coming out. So this person may have been extremely prideful in the relationship. They may have thought that everything should go their way. We have arrogance, ego, and stubborn. So this is a person who is used to relationships in which they call the shots. Very much given my way or the highway type of vibes. But through your separation, they have learned that you can't bring that much ego into a relationship. And I think since you guys have not been together, that they are now seeing that pride is what got in the way. Their pride. All right. Intimacy, bluff, and possibilities. Yeah, this person, with the intimacy card here, they miss your intimacy, but they wouldn't tell you. They were pretending. They were wearing a mask. And with possibilities, free spirit adventures, they may have been with other people. Their ego may have led them to believe that they were better than you, that you guys were not necessarily a match. I don't know if they knew they were bluffing in the moment, but they know that they were bluffing now. They know and are very well aware of the fact that they were wearing a mask while you two were together. And probably even in separation. Again, with this learning card here on the bottom of the deck, it talks about them having to grow up or having grown up since the last encounter. So they're realizing and recognizing that they were a mask and they were extremely prideful and that they've been working on themselves. They want to tell you about it. That's what they want to tell you. They want to tell you that they've been working on themselves, that they have been focusing on self-growth, focusing and finding out who they truly are. You guys might have been in separation on the bottom of the deck. Time. So now they understand that, you know, they may be new to this idea of nourishing themselves, new to this idea of really focusing on their best mental health. And so they know that they have to wait until it's a good time for them to come in. They can't just rush in. They have to wait for the right time. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they're looking to start a new cycle with you. We got the Hangman here, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Page of Swords in reverse. Yes, this person was holding out on you. This person did not see a future with you. They did not think that walking away from you would be a problem. But with the Hangman here, they're reflecting on those decisions. They're reflecting on the time where you may have given them some form of knowledge, some form of information about this connection, and they denied it. They rejected it. They rejected an opportunity with you in the past, and now they're realizing with this Hangman here that they have to wait for the opportunity to come around again, for the Wheel of Fortune to turn in their favor. So you may not be in contact with this person. What is the energy of the collective, Spirit? Because this is their energy. Oh, shit. Just a second, y'all. Okay. And the energy of the collective is justice and death. Yeah, you're like, you played me in the past. You won't get to play me again. Come correct or don't come at all. You're open to, this again speaks of a cycle ending and a cycle beginning, but you know that they have to come in balanced or not at all. They cannot live in the past. They cannot treat you like they treated you in the past. This had to die. You may have ended this relationship with them in the past because you knew that they were wearing this mask. You knew that they were pretending, that they weren't being themselves. But I don't think you stopped loving them. I think you just knew that in order for you guys to have the type of healthy relationship that you may have felt was the right relationship for you, that something had to die. Okay? So you held back your love. You cut them off. You cut them off. Yep, you definitely cut them off. And you may have even moved away energetically, spiritually, or physically. You may have moved away from this person. Yeah. And chose other options. You may have found yourself in another relationship, or you may have simply... So here's the thing about soulmate, twin flame, meant to be relationships, whatever you want to call it, right? If one person knows the value of the relationship and another person doesn't, the only way for it to work out is for somebody to kill the relationship in the form in that it is in and allow themselves the opportunity to attract others. Opportunities, basically. We have multiple soulmates in our lifetime, right? So I feel like when you ended this, you said, hey, you don't want to act right. You don't want to be who you are. And I feel like it's about vulnerability. That's what kind of just popped in my head. This person didn't want to be vulnerable. They were scared to be vulnerable. They were scared to be themselves, which left you open to other possibilities in which you just said, hey, okay, fine. Take all the time you need. I'm going to go and see what else is out there. I'm going to go see what else I can attract, what other emotional fulfillment is out there. And you may have had some good options. You may have had some bad options. Okay. If you're single and you're watching this reading, you single, right? So whatever options you had, whether they were positive or just for a time or negative, you allowed yourself an opportunity to not be stuck in a situation that just wasn't ready. It wasn't the right time. And in that you found self-love. It was an act of self-love. I don't know if you knew that in the beginning, and you may have. You know how sometimes you do things just because you know it's the right thing to do. It don't make it easy. It don't mean it feels good, but you know it's the right thing to do. But later, after you've expressed some things and you've had some options and you've had your choices, eventually you realize that this was the greatest act of self-love you can have, is to allow a person is to choose yourself and allow a person an opportunity to learn how to choose themselves. On the bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Okay. So this partner of yours is trying to show up in Empress energy. They want to show up as stable and secure, and with boundaries, and with a new sense of self where they can have pride now in all that they actually are, versus the toxic pride they had and who they were pretending to be. What does the collective have to look forward to in the future, Spirit? The Sun. Oh, so that's like the brightest card of the deck. 1 + 9 = 10. So you're looking forward to being as fulfilled as possible. Is this person looking forward to being fulfilled with their person? I couldn't even get it out. Okay, the Knight of Cups. You're open to not only this person being your person, but through this act of self-love, you're open to the right person coming in and sweeping you off your feet. You've acknowledged that this could be, or it couldn't be. You know what I'm saying? You're open to the universe bringing you the best future you can have. And you're not necessarily focusing on this past person. That's not saying that you're closed off to the past person. Spirit, is the collective closed off to the past person? Well, we got back out that Emperor. The Emperor said, hell no, you can be closed off, but I'm not. No, I think this is your past person. Again, with his chess piece, he is just waiting on the right time and building himself up. He still has faith. Whether you know it or not, he is still looking to communicate with you and to bring a sort of celebration together. He wants the reunion. And I think, to go from the Knight to the Emperor is a maturing, this is a maturing situation. This is someone who may have, loved you and had small romantic gestures, but he didn't fully commit. Okay, the Emperor is fully committed and fiery and passionate about his pursuits. So I feel that you're still open to it, but I feel like you're open to the universe giving you what you deserve. I don't feel like you're necessarily focusing on this person, but you got the Queen of Swords here and the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, in order for this relationship to work, you are basically telling the Emperor that he has to come in and be completely honest with you in order for this to be a thing. If the Ten of Pentacles, this happy family energy or happy family dynamic is what it is that he wants, and he has to come in and tell you the absolute truth. The Queen of Swords already knows the truth. Okay, see how that cup is kind of guarded at the bottom? I feel like that's her guarding her heart, saying you won't get to play with my feelings again. We're not even doing feelings. First, we're going to do the facts. We're going to start with facts, and then the feelings can come out later. All right? But he got a lot of feelings, and he got a lot of facts, but you I already know the truth. So upon your return, you need to make sure that what you give me is 100% the truth, because I can tell if you're lying. The Queen of Swords knows when the person is lying. But I do believe you're open up to it. And I'm going to be honest. I feel like... oh, yep, with the Hierophant. I feel like this queen, your energy, you have a very strong connection with spirit, a very strong connection with your ancestors and your spirit guides. So this Queen of Swords is for everybody. It's not just for the person in your past. It's for any option that thinks they're going to get your time. You're not wasting time anymore. You've learned your lessons in love. You've learned how to nourish yourself. You know how to give yourself time and give other people time to figure themselves out, to heal. You know what I'm saying? But you've been doing your own healing. Okay? The Hierophant is also the card of marriage. So, yeah. This person wants to marry you. And you're open to marrying them. Oh, Oh, the Hierophant is definitely a card of marriage. So this person sees marriage with you. They see forever with you. But the Moon on the bottom of the deck says they're still dealing with secrets. There's some things that they just haven't told you yet. Some things that may have left you confused or in the dark, and that may have been why you walked away in the past. You just didn't get the full picture, or there could be something that has happened during your separation, something that they may consider, you know, something that may be secret, something that may be hard for them to talk about. They could have experienced different things, and they may be hiding how much it actually affects them. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and they're overthinking this a lot because they know that you're in that Queen of Swords energy. So they're definitely overthinking what they've hidden from you. And it's got control over them right now. Oh, I did that in obscurity. Secrets, mystery, concealing. Yeah, see, look at her. Look at her. So she's got secrets, right? This obscurity card, she's got secrets, but look, doesn't it? It looks more like, I'm ashamed. I don't think you'll accept me if you like, oh my God, if you find out about this, like, it could be the end. And I think that's what they're maybe focusing on. But I feel like a lot of times when a person is not honest with who they are, they're not willing to be vulnerable, they're not willing to be open, they over exaggerate people's response, because it's obvious that you love this person. You've loved them in the past. You probably never stopped loving them. But if they couldn't accept themselves, they struggle to believe that you could accept them also. Because you're definitely, I don't know if you were in the Queen of Swords energy in the past, but you had to because you cut the shit off in the past. But now you like big queen, okay? Big body, truth teller, and you know, identifier. And they know that they have to give you the absolute truth. They probably know that you already know the truth, but I still think they're scared because they just don't know how you're going to receive them. They don't know how you're going to receive their truth. Okay? They know they denied you truth in the past. They know they denied you, you know, your world. You may have looked at this person as your world. You may have truly identified this as the connection for you, and they denied that. So they're worried that you're going to do them the same way. This is a person who is probably used to people who got the get back energy, like you did this to me, so I'm going to do this to you. But that's just not. That's why you left this person. There's no cards of betrayal. There's no cards of, you know, this person doing you wrong. I just think they probably, well, what's it called? I don't know, I want to say nickel and dimed you. So they might not have had any money. Okay. That's not, what is it? Not nickel and dime though. You know, just a little bit. They gave you just a little bit here, kind of just to keep you on the string a little bit. They try to kind of keep you probably in that devil energy, but you're like, hell no, we won't go. You got up out of there. With love, though. That's why they want to come back, because they're saying our love is real, because now they can see it. This person has probably experienced some very toxic relationships. As I say, toxic relationships, regret. It was not my intention to hurt you. So they think, I'm ashamed and embarrassed. I can't bear to look at you in the eyes and tell you everything. I can't stand the thought of making you cry. Let me build up the courage to confront us. Okay? This person, what they don't realize is once you left them, you continue to heal. You might have been a healing type of energy even then, and maybe you didn't understand your real power. So again, they're in this energy of thinking that you're still holding on to the past because they haven't necessarily let it go, because they're just identifying it. They're just now accepting themselves for who they want to be now. But they got to look back and look at all the shit that they had done in the past to everybody, to anybody. And I'm not saying they're a bad person. I'm just saying they may not have wanted to commit. They may have been like a little bit of a playboy or a playgirl, and they're regretting how they treated you because now they see you as being their one real love. The only problem is you continue to heal. You never didn't see this person as your person. You just was like, well, I'm just gonna wait over here though with the people that's ready. Somebody ready to date. Somebody wants to commit. Yeah, it might not work out for me in the end, but I'm not going to be stuck in a situation that I know is better, but you might not know is better. So they moved on, but they're expecting you to they're not expecting you to forgive them. What they don't know though is you've already forgiven them. You've already forgiven them. I don't think it was ever a problem. I think you wanted them to acknowledge what they were hiding from themselves because you saw it. You saw it from the beginning that this person had this mask on. Daydream. I often fantasize about you and daydream about you every day. Yeah, they're thinking about you. It might be a little obsessed, and maybe that's what they're hiding. Again, is how much they love you, how much they care about you, and maybe how long. Now, that would piss me off, okay? Okay, I'm starting to kind of connect here to the energy. It's like, that could be the secret, is how I've known the whole time. I've always known you were the one, and I still decided to leave myself open for options, even though I knew you were the one. See, I think you knew this person was the one, and you told them that, you expressed that, but they held back. They weren't willing to be vulnerable in that moment with you, and that's what they're regretting. That they've known the entire time that you were the one. They've known. You said something to them with this page, in Page of Swords. You told them something. You told them a truth. You gave them a nugget of information, and they felt it, but they didn't do anything with it. They weren't willing to allow it to manifest itself into a bigger truth, which is that you guys were meant to be together. This definitely could be twin flame energy. So you got your runner and your chaser, and the person was the runner and you were the chaser, and now you sitting steady as a motherfucker. Oh, I'm not running, I'm not chasing, I'm sitting right here. I'll be right here when you get here, if you come. Whoever is wanting to be in your presence, your energy, they have to come to where you are. You not coming down off your throne to go chase or nothing for nobody. Because what you need to chase for? You already got the truth. You already know the truth. People who chase are people who are unsure, people who are fearful, people who are in doubt, people that are confused, people that have a lack mentality. They want to beg you to understand. They want to beg you to hear them out. Queen of Swords don't do none of that. She said, you come to me and beg me, motherfucker. Okay? Healing on the bottom of the deck. I am healing from my past. I am working on letting it go so I can be free to fully love you. Yeah, they're just working through this new sense of self that they have. You know, I don't know if something happened that made them, they need you. Something happened. This person might have experienced some loss of some sort, heartbreak. Excuse me, there are multiple different ways in which a person can experience loss and heartbreak, but they need that nurturing, passionate energy that you brought to them. They need this. They want to cuddle with you. They want to cuddle with you. They want to feel your warm embrace. They want you back. Like a motherfucker. They want you back. Under time, we got beauty. So you were charming. You were kind-hearted. You were like a breath of fresh air, but they were not used to it. They weren't used to it. They were holding on to cycles from their past. So it could have been how they saw their parents love or be loved, or a lack thereof. It could have been previous relationships. It could have been competition. It could have been other people, because if this person didn't commit to you, then that means both of you had your options. But I feel like they were more open to exploring theirs. Maybe they thought they could do better than you. Maybe you guys have certain differences You know, I won't necessarily say religious, but just the way you were raised, your upbringing. You know, you can have households that, because I feel like we all have some type of, you know, traumatic story in our family. It could be a sort of addiction. It's normally addiction, but addiction can be a controlling parent, an alcoholic parent, a drug addict parent, a parent that's addicted to gambling, a parent that is addicted to lying, a parent that's addicted to sex, a parent that's addicted to porn. So when I say addiction, open your mind up, okay? But I feel like the difference is when you're talking about what type of addiction a child might have experienced in their own home and how you may have been raised different, is how the addiction affected. What role did the child play in the family when there was addiction? That's it. Okay, were you like the most responsible oldest, so you had to take care of your siblings? Did you have to fight for the weaker parent verbally or physically? Did you have to step in between? Because and I don't mean to put my mom's business out there, but my grandparents, my grandfather was you know, somewhat abusive to my grandmother, but he would never do nothing if my mom intervened. My mom was the only girl. She had 5 brothers. So if my mom thought that my grandparents was about to get into it, all she had to do was go downstairs and either stand in front of my grandmother or tell my granddad not to do it, and he wouldn't do it. Okay. So the role that you played in the family dynamic where addiction was present is what will determine the differences in your upbringing. What did you actually have to do? I had addiction in my family, but my parents weren't physically abusive. I just had a semi-absent parent. So I was the person that always had to be at home, be responsible because I was the oldest, be responsible for my siblings. And I had to, you know, cook for them, clean for them. And we did a lot of, once we got a little older, we did all that kind of stuff together, but I was like in charge. Okay. So if you take that, my upbringing, versus my mom's upbringing, we have 2 completely different upbringings. I never had to step in front of my dad to keep him from hitting my mother. Okay. I never had to step in front of my mother to keep her from hitting my dad. But my father and grandfather both had very serious substance addictions. But their addiction and how the addiction controlled them or gave them a lack of control was different. Okay. So you guys might have that. You might have some things in common, but the way in which you grew through it may have been different, especially if the relationships within the family dynamic became extremely codependent, because that's what's going to happen, right? If there aren't boundaries set as children get older, then they become codependent, normally on the parent that's the survivor, right? If out of guilt or fear we stay in those codependent relationships, that could have definitely been why this person wasn't able to see you as being real, because it's almost like they couldn't understand, they couldn't fathom it, because sometimes we just be in these bubbles and we don't see anything outside of our bubble. Okay. But I think this person has identified that, and they are releasing. They're wanting to let go of anything that does not serve them. It says walking away, but the next card is running away. So they may be ghosting some people right now. They may have ghosted you. Because they're just in their head about how you're going to respond to them coming back. They are definitely overthinking it, but time and waiting is the underlying message here. So I think they're just figuring it out. They're figuring it out right now. They just kind of in their head daydreaming and thinking about the good times. And that's always good too, because if you guys have a solid history amongst yourselves, then most of what they're focusing on is the good times. But they will get in their head and start to regret that they didn't focus on them then. But they still have great memories of you to focus on, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. But marriage is out here. Marriage is out here. Okay, we got an air sign, so it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and we got fire, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, but this could also just be the energy of somebody who just won't settle for anything less than the truth, honesty, somebody that's able to be vulnerable. They can tell when you're hiding. They can tell when you're not being vulnerable. They can tell when you're blocked off. The Queen of Swords is very intuitive. Okay. The Emperor here is, of course, higher than any king. He's all the kings in one. So he is passionate. He is stable. He is insightful. He is steady. He's sturdy. And here too, with his chess move, he is a thinker. He's a risk taker. He's energetic. He knows he's the man. So I see marriage on the table. And to be honest, I got the Three of Cups here, but I don't feel like this is third parties. I feel like this is just the celebration. There may be drinking going on. But I also feel like this is just the energy of wanting to celebrate and looking forward to celebrating with you and spending time with you and just getting to be back in your energy. They want that old thing back. All right, collective, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. Talk later.